Welcome everybody. We should be starting here in a little while. It's supposed to start at 6 p.m. Eastern time. About 5:58. Doubtful it's starting on time. I don't think they've had a driver's meeting or anything like that yet. So as far as I can tell, the service here is so much better than it was last year. There's a tower right at the end of the starting line. I don't think you can see it from here, but I could see it when I was standing on the other side of the track. There is a ton of trees in this place. Luckily, I'm one of the few people that can film on the inside of the track. Very difficult to see. You got the fence and the trees. We're at the Ox Roast in Manaway, Ohio. I'm gonna hope where I'm sitting is pretty good. If I remember last year, I don't think much got past where I'm sitting. If not, I'll move because there's nobody really along the side of the track, inside of it. So I got my ticket anywhere I want to go. So they're pretty much pulling just antiques today. I think they kind of consider it a farm stock, which is like no wheelie bars, pretty much straight off the farm. And then I'm not real sure what the rules are on the other class. That's a little different than a lot of places. And then we're gonna go 3,500. I think every 500 till 8,500, I think. I'm not exactly sure if it all stays at every 500 when you get to the heavyweights, but I know we're going to 8,500, and that's pretty much where they're going to max it out today. And then tomorrow evening, I'm not exactly sure what time that starts. I think it's somewhere between 4 and 5. But they're gonna have farm stock, probably about 8,500 up to 15,000, I think. And then they're gonna have a street semi class, which is it 5? Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure because when I looked, there was some 430s and 530s, and I just couldn't remember it all. Then I'll have garden tractor pulls tomorrow morning. I don't always make those. Sometimes I will, but sometimes I'll go to them if they're really more true stock, because it seems like that's what people really like. There are two classes. Sometimes they separate the semis in some places, some don't. I know last year they had some problems because they didn't bring enough weight. I do remember that. And then the chain broke. And they had a lot of problems. But I do know they usually get about 25 to 30 semis here. It's usually a really good turnout. One of the better ones in the area. So if you're in the area, it's only $5 to park here, and that includes, the toll, of course, like your food and rides or whatever is extra. Yeah, it was about a 2-hour delay. I was here. I was talking to some people. Kind of lost track of the time, to be honest with you. But sometimes when I'm filming so much, I don't always get that chance to talk to some of those people. So sometimes it's kind of nice to catch up with people. Like I got here today about 3 o'clock and sat with a couple of pullers that I know probably for about an hour and a half. Just kind of kicked back and enjoyed the afternoon, really. There's a slug coming by. So they must be getting pretty close. Pretty big hole they were digging in for just driving back. I know when I got here they were putting water on the track. I didn't see how much water. Yeah, they got going a little faster that time. Yeah, they were telling me some of the things that change on the sled throughout the years. Like they made a lot of changes every so often. We're at the Ox Roast in Ohio. Sled's going down in position. Not sure if they're going to have a driver's meeting, but I haven't heard them say anything yet. Oh, the one guy operating the sled, he's been around that sled a long time. Was it John? Like he knew all the history of it. Said when they first got it that the cab was in the front of the sled, and then they switched it over and made it a pole behind, and I think in 2000 they did it a self-propelled. I'm not sure about the all-pro pullers. The only one I remember from all-pro pullers, that was a semi one, and that's sitting in like Louisville in a field or something like that, I was told. I'm not sure. I was told it's sitting. I asked somebody and they told me they could tell me where it is, but it sounds like it's like weeds are growing out of it. Oh, is it the second one? I don't know. That's the only one I ever remember of all four. And that was a pretty old sled. So, I mean, that was probably built back in the early 80s, 70s. So. Okay, Paul. I don't know. I mean, I just know that one's sitting. This one, I really don't know. Well, it is blue on the inside. Maybe. I really don't know. I can't say I really was probably following back in those days. Because we didn't move to Ohio till what, 78 or 79? I don't remember. Then I don't really remember getting poles till probably 81, 82, I think. And the only ones I ever seen were that semi, which I don't even remember the brand of the semi. And I was a little kid back then. Yeah, you're probably right. I know it wasn't like a Mac or anything like that. I know that. No international Mac. I knew it was something different. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Thought they would have called a driver's meeting, but I haven't heard nothing. So you're not coming out here, Paul, or maybe tomorrow? I know tomorrow they're gonna have the singer sled. Oh, you should be getting started here shortly. It was supposed to start at 6, so. There's definitely a soft spot in the middle of the track. welcome everybody. I'm surprised so many people are watching. There's not anything going on yet. Just now putting down the lines. Yeah, it's supposed to start at 6, so I got on about then, and not even sure if we're having a driver's meeting or anything like that.
Please don't post pictures or videos of these lines.
It's live. It's going no matter if you like it or not. I guess I'm famous for taking some of the bad photos of some bad lines. I don't think it's so much they got rain. They put a lot of water on the track, I think, and in the middle there's soft spots right in the middle of the track. The sled got stuck a little while ago. So I don't think it's rain from the or water from the rain earlier. There was some that went through. I think it pretty much ended noon or 1 o'clock, somewhere in there. I don't think they got enough rain, and they put down a lot more. Because when I got here, they were putting down a full truck. So I should be here tomorrow. I was kind of thinking about going out to Lorraine in the morning. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, stands are starting to fill up some. So anybody that hasn't been here before, it's just $5 to park here, and you can walk into the fair, and it includes the pole. Of course, your rides and your food and your drinks and beer and all that. Anything like that you want is extra. But how many places are you going to go? $5 a carload, get all this entertainment. They're going to have the antiques till 8,500 tonight. And then tomorrow morning they're going to have garden tractors. I think that starts around 9, I'm not sure. I thought about coming out here for that, but I don't know. I really only do good on the straight stock garden tractors. Oh, there's plenty of outhouses down at the end, probably about 10, and then on the side here there's another 6. We're at the Ox Roast in Manaway, Ohio. So tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock, that's what Paul said. They're going to have farm stock. I think it's going to start about 8,500 to about 15,000 in weight or so. I mean, I could be a little off on those numbers. I'm not exactly sure. I don't have a list. And then they're going to have street semis. They always have a really good showing of street semis at this place. And this place will be packed tomorrow night. We're in Ohio. Northeast Ohio. And then Sunday night, I want to say it's like 4 or 4:30. They're gonna have pickups, and it's gonna be. You have to drive it off the street. You know, nothing can come in off a trailer. The one guy told me they'll get like 75 street diesel trucks tomorrow or Sunday night. I'm not sure where I'm going Sunday, and there's a pretty good chance of some rain. I do know the towers here are excellent now, and I can get some good lives, so that's a good factor. And figuring out where I'm gonna go. I got 4 bars of service. There's a tower probably 200 or 300 feet in front of me. It's probably literally right on the other side of the porta potties. I'm hoping we're starting here any minute. Seeing more officials standing around, but I feel like I'm like the only guy not wearing a red shirt on this side of the fence. I got left out of it, I guess. I might cry. I just feel like the cool kids are wearing the red shirts. I haven't looked. I don't think it's supposed to rain anymore tonight. But who knows? It's Ohio. I didn't think it was supposed to rain this morning. But I was looking all week. It was showing like 10% or less for all day today. And woke up and got notifications saying it was going to rain at my house. And I looked at the radar and it's like showing 100% chance of rain till noon. Like, well, I'd say they got that one wrong. So, I guess you haven't really had much to love this yet, so, but if you want to, you can go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel here, Making Pulling Memories. You'll get notifications of future lives and other videos I'll publish. I just published, before I left, Ashland County Yesteryear Club from Sunday. I think yesterday I published Carrollton Carroll County Fair Poll from Carrollton. I posted yesterday, and I'm still working on the other ones. So I just basically cleared off everything so I can get ready for this weekend. But sometimes I'll go live 2 to 5 times in a weekend. So. I went live last weekend 5 times. And if they got as good a service as they are right now here, I may be live just as much this weekend. And those that were with me last weekend, I was running out of juice and didn't go to another one Saturday. But I ordered 2 really good battery packs. 2 more. I should get those Monday. And then I'm gonna try to get another live or 2 going. Yeah, we're having a tractor pull. It's gonna be an antique tractor pull here. It just hasn't started yet. It's supposed to start at 6. So we're running behind. I don't know what the delay is right now. I don't really see anybody doing anything. Looks like Gary Jones's granddaughter, I think, is going to be pulling tonight. She's a pretty good puller. Maybe the first puller might be coming. I don't know. They haven't even done a national anthem yet. And anybody interested, I posted the pit photos that I took earlier today on Facebook, making pulling memories. I'll post a lot of photos and just other short videos that I'll take because they don't really do much for me on Facebook anymore. I'm hoping to get started. I don't want to be here till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. They've been known to do that here, so. I'm gonna guess they're gonna be doing the national anthem because they just pulled and parked the roller right there with the flag. Yep, that's what I would say. And he's standing there, so I think I'm gonna stand until they get this going.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everyone for attending the 61st Annual Ox Road. If I could at this time have everybody stand for the national anthem.
play ball. Let's play ball.
The national anthem singer for the night was Zoe Levine from Vanaway, Ohio.
Oh, Tom Witt. Tom Witt just showed up.
3,500 class, let's get lined up.
And Justin Sellers. I know Matt Price is supposed to be showing.
Sponsors for the event this year.
And Ashley.
US Sales, Edinburgh Tractor Sales, both metal fabricators. S&S Automotive, CL Service Center, Shop, Drug Jones Chevy, Marshall Equipment, Haas Auto, Louis Brothers, WS Baker Construction, 44 feet supply, Auburn Pike, Color Horse,
Alright, we're starting to get some tractors rolling out here now. So this place does it a little different. They don't just line them up all the way. They kind of sit outside the fence. And then they usually allow like 2 or 3 inside the stage up. So we got that one, then we got another Oliver that just come down. And looks like Gary Jones's tractor is sitting and waiting. There's going to be a lot of things that you guys won't be seeing. They got a way in, way out. That's all done further out in the pit here. And we're starting 3,500. Boy, I might just need to move back some. Usually about this class never goes much further than 75 feet. That's Gary Jones's granddaughter, I think. I don't get to see her very often. If I remember, she lives in California or something like that. I've seen her a couple times. She's a really good tractor puller. That's more like the 3,500 classes I'm used to. Looks like they're gonna back it up and try it again. I think you're allowed up to where the cone is, and we get out of it before then. That's what most places are like. Some places are like, if you get a horn after your cone, then you may get a DQ, and then some of them are like, if you get three horns, then you're DQ'd. But I'm not sure there is a speed limit at this place. I was talking to a couple of the guys, they said you just have to be in gear 1 or 2. So I didn't really understand that at all because the guy was very happy. All in front of his family and friends, I'm sure. This is So It Is Farm Mall tractor owned by Gary Jones. I'm sure you've been around the area and Nancy Tractor Boy, you know who Gary Jones is. I believe this is his granddaughter. No one thing, can't hardly hear the announcer. We may move down a little later. Maybe we'll be able to hear it then. Everybody for joining. We're at the Ox Roast in Manaway, Ohio, Northeast Ohio. We're at Eastern Standard Time of 6:53 p.m. in the United States. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel here, Making Fun Memories. You'll get future notifications of live and other events I'll post throughout the week. Last weekend I had 5 lives. It's hard to always predict where I'm going to be live. This year, or after last year, I probably would have said I couldn't do a live here. But this year they have a new tower. Hard to hear the announcement. We're either at 3,500 or 4,000. Not sure why. Maybe the closest speaker isn't working. Don't really hear anything coming from that direction. Okay, the one that's just going by says 4,000 number 3. So we're in 4,000. Now they got some stock and farm stock, I think, if I remember. I know a lot of people told me the rules really aren't like you would think. It's kind of backwards.
This is 4,000 stock class. This is Frank Front. Next is Bill Miller and then Julie Rogers.
I think it's set in a pretty good spot so far. Things seem to be stopping within 50 feet of where I'm at. Maybe less. So we'll go up to 8,500 today. And sometimes they say this place will be pulling until anywhere between 1 and 4 a.m. So hopefully we're better than that today. Adamsville has been canceled. Must have got a lot of rain down by Adamsville. Yeah, I did just go checking Facebook and the pit photos that I posted earlier are posted on there. So if you want to go thumb through the pit photos I took. about 77 photos I think I posted this time. That's pretty much just what was here before. There's a lot more that's pulled in after that. Alright, I just looked. We're going to have 3,500 stock, then we're going 4,000 stock, 4,500 stock, then 4,500 open, then 4,500 farm stock, 5,500 stock, 5,500 farm stock, 5,500 open, 6,500 stock, 6,500 farm stock, 6,500 farm open, then 7,500 stock and farm stock, 8,500 stock and farm stock, and that's it for today. Don't think that lady drove a whole lot before. She was getting a lot of instructions when I was in the pit earlier. So. It seems like when it comes to antique, not a lot of them will go out and say they're red or green vans, but quite often, it seems like the green ones, the numbers jump up higher. I don't know. I think a lot of people just like that putt-putt. I think we have quite a few of Oliver, Barmel, and John Deere's here. I don't remember seeing a lot of other things. There's a couple houses.
This is going to be 10 miles, pulling the 4,000 stock class.
Don't remember seeing any Fords or Ford Sons or Case tractors. Yeah, we got a few Alexanders here. I think there's at least one Massey. I would say that's kind of an Alexander. There's a lot of, I would say, replacement aluminum parts on it. I know I've seen two Molines show up for sure. Tom Witt and his nephew. But there was quite a bit that's shown up since I've sat down, and I'm facing the other direction, so I'm really not sure. It seems like the Farmalls and the Olivers are all over the light classes here. I don't remember seeing any Fords or Cases unless they showed up afterwards. Some people have been driving them off the street too here, so. Here's a Massey Harris, and I don't think that's the one I was thinking about. There we go. Yeah, that's not the one I was thinking about either. So there's at least two here. I really can't tell the difference between all these Olivers, a lot of them. So they all look the same to me. I know I seen 66 here. The one just passes 66. There's 88, 77. I'm a little surprised that Massey here thing goes further now. You know, I hear that quite a few of my lives. People like the old cases. You know, in Ohio, I don't see a lot. When I head over to Pennsylvania, I don't often see, like, you know, 2 to 5 at most of their shows. Now, you get the farm stock in Ohio, there's a few case tractors. But when you're getting the antiques, I don't know, there's just not a lot in the area. That was a 66. I know the next one is a 77 road cop.
Next is Nick Calvin, Mackenzie Wood on that. Drivers for 4,500 stock, please begin lining up.
Anybody ever been to an antique tractor pull that the sheriff's department has to control the crowd? Probably one of the very few that probably can get that big or that rowdy. I don't know.
Next up is Mackenzie Wood, followed by Dustin Elder. And we'll move to the 4,500 stock class.
You mean the metal tire there? Is that what you're talking about? Or I'm not really sure what you're talking about. You see that quite a bit on rollers. I mean, sometimes dirt gets up in them and some of them, but this one I don't think that's the case. It's just, a lot of them are just kind of sitting there, you know, flattening out the track. You know, it's all on how much weight's inside that roller. It can make a difference. Some places put more in. You know, the more weight you have in it, the more fuel you're going to use up. Hey, you got a John Deere. Haven't had one of those in a while. You know, when you go to a lot of clubs, it's just hand me down whatever they can get. Okay, so that's the end of 4,000. Now we're going to 4,500.
4,500 Scott Test. They're going to start with Mike Gospel, Eric Matthews, and Jason Dano.
I almost did. Like,
Then after 4,500, we'll start having like 3 different classes at every weight.
Well, we're waiting for them to get lined up. We're going to have a shout out to
Well,
our
2 or 3.
sponsors, Kingdom Reservation.
There's some openings in a couple of them.
S&S Automotive, CL Service Center, Diesel Speed Shop, Sergio Chevy
They're probably gonna start going by me.
He said they sell a kit.
So I think I'm gonna move back some, so things get a little weird. Just let you know. We're just going back.
Yeah, I know, I saw it. I'm telling you, you cannot fucking win.
How do you know that?
Eric Matthews with a distance of 59.69. Next up, we have Tracy Piano, Bill Miller on deck, followed by Reese Grove.
Alright. Sorry about that. Moving around, getting situated. Now I gotta even out the tripod because it's crooked. Yeah, just give me a moment. You'll be crooked for a second. That should be better. I think, yeah, 3 legs are at a different spot. You can hear the announcer a little better here.
Sunlight, I can't see which light is on. Oh, okay. So we're on a win-win situation. Okay, no, man. I'm having a hard time seeing the light. Okay. Well, later on. Okay. Later on, he could be right in the middle of the track. He could be the clown. I dare you. Hit me. You making that far? Green light. Hey, Peter, step up. Stand out on the track and stand to me right now. Part of the problem is sunlight's coming in under my hat, but I can't see it.
If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to Making Holy Memories here on YouTube. You'll get new future notifications of future lives. Sometimes I'll attend, 2 to 5 events in a weekend, and I may be live at all of them. You just never know. It all depends on the service, quality, if they allow, if they let me do a live or not.
Next driver, Reese Rowe, followed by Ken Myers and Matthew Gray.
And then it'll give you notifications of other videos I'll post. And if you go on Facebook, I'm Making Holy Memories on Facebook. And if you go there to today. You'll see the pit photos are taken today. I think I just need to bring this down just a tad. And then maybe it'll be a little more level. Is that better? It might be better. Almost 500 people watching now. So we're at the Oxbows, Savannah, Ohio. Northeast Ohio. About 7:40 Eastern Standard Time. Having an antique
This
tractor
driver will
build.
be Ken Myers, followed by Matt Cooper, and then Matt Beistel. Next driver, Matt Cooper, Matt Beistel, Anthem Silvers in the hole.
What'd you say about a hole?
Anybody know what model that is? I don't. My guess is some of you might know. like I have a lot of experts out there that know a lot of all the brands.
At two road distance of 229.23.
Well, I see 4 John Deeres coming in off the street. I don't know if you can see them.
At bicycle distance of 245.34. Exit Camden Silver, followed by Brody McCleary.
Anybody want to come ride that ride? I'm sure it's fun. Just screaming and hollering. see another Minneapolis mowing guy here, Curtis Kinsey.
Correction, I think this was 212.81. Next driver, Brody McCleary, followed by Nick Calvin, and then Dan Myers.
Wow.
Brody McCleary, distance of 119.72.
Sorry, we're in the United States.
Begin to line up, please. 4,500 farm stock.
But you know, everybody wants to get famous and pull right in front of me, huh?
Next up is Dustin Alva with Mackenzie Wood on deck, and we'll move to the 4,500 farm stock class.
usually like to keep them under about 2.5 hours. They just get way too long, and some of my shows, they're a good 8 hours or more. But if you're subscribed to the channel, you get right back on the next live I make when it sends you out a notification. Get those notifications by being subscribed. We'll get heavier as the evening goes on. Go up to 8,500 in weight. Right now we're only at 4,500.
That was Busted Elbow of Salem on the distance of 233.51. Next driver, Mackenzie Wood of Ravenna. Then we're going to move to the 4,500 farm stock class. Eric Matthews, followed by Andrew Collier and Brody McCleary.
So we got one more, then I'll end this live, and I'll be starting right back up in a few minutes. I cover mostly antique tractor pulls or brush stock or farm stock kind of stuff. So if you like that, yeah, make sure you're following.
Okay, if there's a Tony Schofield down in this area by the tractor pulling, your name has been drawn. You need to be up there rather quickly to collect your prize. Tony Schofield. That's Mackenzie Wood of Ravenna, 259.07.
Okay, like I said, I'll be ending this live. I'll be back on in a few moments. We'll start another class here, but I just like to keep these things under about 2.5 hours so they don't take, you know, like 12 hours or more to upload one of them.
Thank you.
4,500 stock class.